We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Equality belongs to both men and women, and to people of every creed and color. But the struggle to achieve the dreams of our founders is not easy. It requires the expertise of those who know the law and possess a fearless willingness to fight for what's right.
The causes of action in this lawsuit are discrimination based on race. It's about treating people differently because of the color of their skin, which is not allowed in the state of California. And that's what happened to my client. He was terminated because of the color of his skin.
I really love fighting for the people. It's what I love. It's what I did in office. It's what I do with my homeless work. I love fighting for people who are mistreated. It's just a drive in me that's almost uncontrollable. So I take all discrimination cases and I let my client know. Be prepared, because we don't just settle, we go to court.
The Angela Alioto Law Group has won many of America's largest discrimination verdicts, and in fact, the largest award of damages from a discrimination case in U.S. history. These accomplishments honor the progressive ideals of Angela and her father, the former mayor of San Francisco, Joseph Alioto. The Angela Alioto Law Group specializes in restoring hope and dignity for clients, giving voice to the voiceless.
I know the discrimination laws backwards and forwards. And I love the fact that my little law firm is a little jewel that fights these huge corporations and that consistently wins. And why do we consistently win? Because we're right. You don't get to treat people like that in the United States of America, and it's just such a joy. Document ties them to the whole case.
The different types of law we practice are employment discrimination, whether it's based on a person's race, gender, disability, pregnancy, or nationality. Whether an employee has been harassed at the workplace, forced out of their employment, retaliated against for some particular reason that is protected by the law. Whistleblower claims also, if you report claims of violation of the law and you've been terminated or there's been some sort of adverse employment act against you.
The Angela Alioto Law Group also handles matters of personal injury, unfair wage claims, bad faith insurance, elder abuse, toxic exposure, and many other types of claims that run the gamut of legal experience and expertise.
Today we are ending this trial. This is our attempt to put the evidence that you've heard, the pieces of this puzzle, put it all together so that you can see that my client has experienced extreme and pervasive racism at the workplace.
There is nothing in this world that is a better feeling than a jury verdict. You can win the governor's race or lose the governor's race. You can win the mayor's race or lose the mayor's race. There is no feeling better than having peers, people from the community, tell a large corporation, knock it off. You don't get to do that in the United States.
Angela took the case of Ramon Delgadillo, who blew the whistle on his employer. The company retaliated with harassing behavior until Ramon got some help.
First time I came and I talked to them, well, I was a little bit nervous because you don't know what to expect. But once I started talking to them, they make me feel like I was important, and they make me feel like they care for me. So that was like something awesome that I felt confident to tell them my story.
I tell them almost immediately, leave it with me. Leave it with me. Leave the stress with me. Leave the anger with me.
She just said, don't worry, don't worry.
The jury found in favor of Ramon. Sharon Beverly had a different problem. He was the subject of racial slurs and one day found a noose dangling in his boss's office. That was enough. He looked for help on the internet and typed a short message on the website of the Angela Alioto Law Group. Angela called back right away.
Angela, she's a character. She's a great person. She reminds me a lot of my mom. She's a very strong woman. She basically told me, you know, you guys, You did the right thing coming here, you know. I have your back 100%.
I do not kid around in a courtroom. What is happening is flat out wrong, morally, ethically, and by law. And since it's so wrong, it's easy for me to fight for.
She's willing to help you stand up for your rights.
Cerrone was happy with the outcome and now lives without harassment. Charles Matthews got fired from his job after standing up to the racial harassment he faced, and no one would take his case until he found Angela Alioto.
I always wanted to do something about it after they let me go. I knew it was wrong. I couldn't find a lawyer that I could talk to without owning a home or, you know, having a big bank account, because the majority of the lawyers, the first question they ask you is, are you a homeowner? Are you willing to put your house up if, you know, we lose the case? With Angela, though, she looked at me as a human being, and I liked that. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to come in here and some uptight lawyer in a suit talk to me straight face, you know, no smiles. All they see is, we're going to try to get some money out of you some way. And she was nothing like that.
It's a great feeling to know that a lot of people have great jobs now because of the work we do at our little law firm.
At the end of the litigation, when all is done, they walk out of here, and if it's a check in their pocket or a verdict of some kind, the weight's usually lifted off their shoulders, and they call us and they tell us that. They said, you know, I've been living this life with this huge burden on my shoulders, and now I've been relieved of that because of what we do.
It's not about the money to me. It's not about the money to my little law firm. It's not about the money to my sons and to my daughter. It is about doing right for people who are mistreated.
The city of San Francisco is named in honor of St. Francis of Assisi, a little man who lived a meager life, but carried a burning passion to help the poor, the mistreated, the downtrodden. How fitting that a tiny law firm in the heart of San Francisco carries the clout and the passion to do the same.